Hey everyone, my name is Leila and today I have 7 new designer fragrances for you. They are new to my collection. These are not new releases. Some of them are flankers of the very famous and popular fragrances. Some of them I purchased blindly, some of them I tested. So I hope it will be interesting because I think the most of these fragrances are very suitable for the fall and winter. So for the colder weather. So let's start. As always, I want to start with a classical fragrance, and I decided to go for the Eau de Toilette of Shalimar and give it a try. I had the Eau de Parfum version. The Eau de Parfum wasn't just a Shalimar Eau de Parfum, it was a Shalimar trip to Mexico or route to Mexico, something like that. It was a very rich vanilla type of Shalimar. Like it had definitely a Shalimar DNA with loads and loads of vanilla. It was a beautiful, very beautiful fragrance. Gorgeous, stunning fragrance that I decided to give to my mom, not because I didn't like it. It was very, it was so beautiful. It was a fragrance for going out, for it created some special, I don't know, theater mood or opera mood, and I wanted my mom to have something like that because that fragrance was discontinued, and I'm sure now you probably, even if you find it, it will cost an arm and a leg. And I know that my mom was the fan, and she is still a fan of the vanilla, deep, rich vanilla type of fragrances. So I decided to gift it to her. I think it perfectly suited her. But this one is the Eau de Toilette version of classical Shalimar, and I think this is a perfect fragrance for fall because this is a very, to my taste, more tender, more soft version of Shalimar Eau de Parfum. It's a perfect combination of lemon. I can feel the lemon, the citrusy notes, but it's definitely lemon, mixed with leather and vanilla. A very polite version, I would say, and I like this more than the Eau de Parfum version. Why? Because in Eau de Parfum there is a burn, rubbery accord that bothers me, and I don't like the Eau de Parfum version, but because of that, it makes it very difficult and challenging for me to wear it. That's why I like the Eau de Toilette version much more. It's much more wearable for me. I was looking, frankly speaking, for Eau de Cologne version in the older batch, but I couldn't find it, unfortunately, online for a reasonable price, so I decided to go for the Eau de Toilette, and I liked it a lot because I think it's a perfect fall weather fragrance. The next fragrance is also classical, and this is Lancome Tresor, and this one is Tresor, the version Lumineuse, I think something like that. It's a beautiful, beautiful bottle with a dark cognac color juice, and this one is very close to the new release of Lancome Tresor that I tried before, and frankly speaking, I didn't like it. It has the same violet accord that reminds me a lot of peanut butter or peanut. It has some earthiness, which is very different from, let's say, the earthiness that the patchouli have. It's different. But again, the violet note is not my favorite, and probably when I smell it like this, when it is this type of violet, not the powdery type of violet, but this earthy, a bit damp and a bit peanutty type of violet, I don't like. I try to avoid those fragrances, and I get rid of them because sometimes violet smells like this, sometimes like that, and here, unfortunately, violet for me smells like, as I said, like a peanut. However, it has lots of vanilla, and because of that vanilla, overdose of vanilla, this fragrance becomes very, very pleasant. And I can also smell here some fruits. It smells like peach / melon to me. So it's like a strange combination of peach melon, then the nuts, this peanut, and then vanilla. I don't know yet what I feel about this fragrance. Something in it is very attractive to me. Something is a bit repellent, and I don't know, maybe it needs different weather conditions. Maybe my climate's too hot for this fragrance. I don't plan to get rid of this fragrance yet, so I will try to wear it again and again to understand what I feel about it. This flanker for me is much better than the original one in a new formula. I haven't tried the old formula, which was so popular and so beloved by many women around the world. It's discontinued, I think, also, and if you can find it, give it a try. I don't think that's a safe blind buy, only in case if you like the original Tresor in a new formula. Then most probably you'll like this one, because I would say it's like the Tresor, the original Tresor, with lots and lots of sweetness and vanilla. The next fragrance is also classical, and I think it's a modern classic, because I think Guerlain became a classic already. And this one is the version Intense. I can say that I don't like the Guerlain, the original one. I also had the exclusive version, the Guerlain exclusive, and also, unfortunately, it wasn't, for me. I sold it, and I decided to try the Intense version because I know lots of people said it's very pleasant, and this is my another, try to like the Guerlain version, any of them, and I would say this one is quite a successful try, because I like the combination of vanilla, iris, and lots of lavender here. This lavender is very designer's type of lavender. It's not that natural smelling. It's more synthetic, but it's not cheap, not at all. I compare this lavender with the very natural smelling lavender fragrances like Molinard's lavender or lavande. It's in that fragrance, the lavender smells very natural. It has sort of balsamic or medicinal accord there, mixed with lots of vanilla. But here, lavender is prominent, it's recognizable. You can straight away understand that this is a lavender. However, it is like a designer's synthetic type of lavender. However, it's very pleasant, very pleasant. And this mixture of lavender powder and vanilla is very pleasant. For every day, it's a perfect scent. I can't say that it's loud. I wouldn't say that it's not polite enough, and you need to wear it only for evenings. No, this is a perfect fragrance for every day. And even though it's an intense version, it's not that intense. It's not overpowering. It's not, too loud for me. Not at all. It doesn't have any projections, I would say. It has probably I can feel it from myself if I apply it on the fabric. However, I can't smell it from my skin or even from my hair. And even when my daughter applied it to her long hair, still I couldn't smell anything. Probably because we were outside and the weather was above 30, and it was gone within 5 to 10 minutes because of the high humidity and high temperatures. So probably this fragrance requires a colder climate. But again, very beautiful flanker of Guerlain. And in case if you don't like the Guerlain in the original one, try the Intense version. The next one is from Mugler, and this one is the purple pink heart, and this is Aura Sensuelle, the Parfum. This is a very soft version, I would say, of Aura original the Parfum, which is in a green, deep green heart. This one is like a kind fragrance. The Aura, the original one, is a predator type of fragrance. It's witchy, definitely. This one is a kind lady type of fragrance, even if it's a witch, but it's a very kind and gentle and polite and soft and fluffy type of witch. This has lots of white flowers, probably gardenia, It has some vanilla, however the fragrance pyramid says it doesn't have any vanilla, but I can smell here the sweetness. Probably it's vanilla, maybe it's tonka beans, but it's definitely sweet, quite sweet, and it also has that green accord that the original has, but it's not that loud and that overpowering and killing, I would say, because the greenness in the Green Heart is like very opulent. Here, no, it is more subtle, it is softer, as I said, it's fluffier. I wouldn't call this fragrance innocent anyway, it's not. However, it is much softer and much more wearable, because the Green Heart requires the mood, some, I would say, a bit witchy mood. This one is for everyday, for a normal mood, yeah, for the positive mood, because this is quite a positive type of fragrance, I would say. So nice one, good longevity, nice projection, everything is there, like technically done perfectly. And by the way, the color of juice is like, it's yellowish. I wouldn't expect it to be that yellow, but again, I think it proves my theory that this fragrance has some vanilla, because vanilla tend to change color, it becomes a bit, you know, brownish, yellowish. Next fragrance is also the flanker of a very well known bestseller from Lolita Lempicka, in a purple apple. That purple apple, very sweet and licorice type of fragrance. That I know there are lots of people who are the fan of that fragrance. I am not, and I decided to go for the this golden one. I don't remember the name exactly, but I will list it in the description box. So this one is also sweet, but at the same time it's very powdery. And here I think there is also a violet, but this violet is very different from the violet from the Tresor Lumineuse. This one is quite powdery, and it has lots of tonka beans and vanilla at the same time. So it's like licorice mixed with violets, powdery notes, and tonka beans and vanilla. It's very pleasant. I didn't expect that I would like this that much. I really like it, and the only downside of this fragrance is that on the very top, it has, when you just spray, it has a very prominent synthetic accord, not a good synthetic, I would say, but it lasts for probably 10 to 15 minutes, and after that it becomes a very soft, very pleasant, very comfortable type of vanilla tonka powdery fragrance. It doesn't remind me of the original Lolita Lempicka. Probably that's why I liked it much more, but it does remind me of Hypnotic Poison, and I realized that I'm not alone, because if you open the Fragrantica you will see that many people compare it in the heart with the Hypnotic Poison, and I think it's a very good flanker of the original version. I think this one is even better than the original Lolita Lempicka, especially in the newest release, in a newest formula, which is very synthetic. So altogether I can say it's a good blind buy for me. And the next fragrance is also called Aura, but it's not from Mugler, it's from Loewe, and this one is Aura Floral, or Aura Floral from Loewe. And this fragrance reminds me a lot, on the start, it reminds me of Loewe Belle. However, it is more interesting, a deeper version of Loewe Belle, I would say. For the first 5 to 10 seconds, when you just spray it, you will say, this is a clone, this is a copy of Loewe Belle. No, it's not, believe me, because after 5 to 10 minutes, it develops to something different. The patchouli starts to shine here. More than that, I can smell all the background notes in this fragrance, because in the Loewe Belle, like I tried to love it many times. Like I had a original Loewe Belle, I had to sell it. I had the version Loewe, I had to give it to my sister. So I couldn't wear it because of the overpowering note of ethyl maltol, the caramel, which is like it's like a, you know, explosion of caramel in the Loewe. And because of that, I can't smell anything in the background. I can't smell the orange blossom, the citrusy notes there. But here, I can smell all that. I can smell the citruses, I can smell the orange blossom. And what I like it a lot, that in the heart, this fragrance is very similar to Gucci Rush. And I love the patchouli in Gucci Rush because it also has patchouli here. And you know, when I looked at the pyramid of this fragrance in the Fragrantica, I could see that in the base it had leather, patchouli and vanilla, and these three notes, they attracted my attention a lot. And even though people compare it to a Loewe Belle, it didn't repel me from this fragrance. I still decided to go and buy it blindly, so I did, and I don't regret at all, because these three notes are very prominent in this fragrance. I was looking for these three notes, patchouli, vanilla and leather, and I can smell them because in the heart and in the base, this is the longest part of this fragrance, I can smell definitely a very prominent patchouli, which is very similar to Gucci Rush, as I said. I can smell lots of vanilla, and I can smell a very beautiful suede/leather accord here. So gorgeous fragrance. In case if you find Loewe Belle too sweet for you, like I do, and you want to try something similar but more complex, more rich and more interesting, I would suggest to try this one. It has very good longevity, performance is amazing. But in case if you decide to buy the newer formula, be aware that it doesn't last long, because this one is a very long-lasting type of fragrance with a beautiful sillage. The newer formula, which is in a taller rectangular bottle, is not that long-lasting, unfortunately. And the last but not least for today is the fragrance that I tested when I ordered other fragrances, and I received the tester, and I always had some sort of prejudice towards this fragrance. This one is Girl of Now Forever from Elie Saab, because I didn't like the original one with a green bottle, which has almond notes there. So that was, I'm not a fan of almond notes. This one also says that it has almonds in the pyramid, so I decided no, that's not for me. However, when I tried the tester, the small tester I received, I liked it very surprisingly, and I'll tell you why. Because what I feel here is not the almond. Not at all. I would say there is no almond here. This is a very pleasant, young, playful, and very airy and bubbly type of lemonade, which has lots of strawberry, raspberries, and rose and orange. Like it's the mixture of cold raspberry juice, rose lemonade, and vanilla and orange, sweet orange. So it's very, you know, uplifting and refreshing type of fragrance. It is quite sweet, I would say. It is quite sweet. It also has patchouli, I think, because you can feel some bubbles there, like patchouli type of bubbles. It is not a groundbreaking type of fragrance. You would say it is quite generic, but it's very pleasant. It is very pleasant for every day and very well blended, I would say. Again, it's some sort of fragrance that you don't need to think about what to wear. If you want to feel young, if you want to feel refreshed. So I liked it a lot, so I decided to go for the full bottle. It has very good performance, by the way. Nice sillage, good projection, and everyone liked this fragrance. You'll get compliments definitely with this fragrance. So nice one. Yes, again, generic, but very pleasant one. So sometimes you need to have something like this in your collection. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed my today's list. If you have any of today's fragrances, please let me know what do you think about them. Let me know in the comments below. And if you have any designer fragrances that you think are very interesting, and probably those are the flankers of flankers, but sometimes flankers are even better than the flagments, please write to me in the comments. I will appreciate all sort of opinions and, you know, any suggestions. If you haven't yet subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and press that notification bell not to miss next video. If you enjoyed my today's list, please don't forget to support me with your thumbs up. I also invite you to visit my Instagram page, and if you like the content, to subscribe. And I wish you a great weekend, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!